Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, November 7th.
And a lot of you have already started Christmas shopping. A lot of sales going on in our area and all over the place.
So we've got a study here from Bankrate.com, the best and worst cities for local holiday shoppers. And we're checking out where our city ranks. And we have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, so let me find that little graphic. We're not too bad.
Not bad.
What was it, number 12?
So the first bullet point, the best city for local holiday shoppers is actually Detroit, Michigan, ranking well for affordability and retail accessibility. The cities of Boston, Philadelphia, Charlotte, where I will be for Christmas this year, and Baltimore round out the top 5.
All right, so looking at the absolute worst for local holiday shoppers, Seattle is up there, followed by Los Angeles, Riverside, Miami, and San Francisco. So this is where ours falls in.
Yes, so Detroit, St. Louis, and San Antonio are the top places among the 25 largest metros where residents' dollars go the furthest for in-person holiday shopping.
That's right. So in Detroit, residents only have to spend $840.88 to buy the equivalent of $875, which is the national average that Americans spend on gifts and holiday items.
So big picture here. So let's just say Texas big cities. Here in San Antonio, we only spent about $843 to get $875 worth. Houston, about the same, $872. And up in Dallas, inflation is hitting even harder. To get $875 worth of goods for the holidays, the average resident of Dallas, Fort Worth, and Arlington is going to spend $909 this year.
And then earlier there was a graphic up there, so it showed you San Antonio. San Antonio was 4th on the affordability ranking. There you go. And then 23rd for the purchasing power and 13th place, that's what I was remembering, for retail accessibility.
Pretty reasonable numbers overall, especially for affordability and retail accessibility.
Yeah, and then 12th overall.
12th overall.
And it includes New Braunfels there too, so I guess we're in good shape for the holidays.
We are.
And hopefully the weather will also work out during the holidays. Maybe some Christmas type weather, but it's a long ways off.
Maybe. Yeah, we're not there yet. We'll see what pans out, but I'm sure we'll get some more cold fronts. We'll get some more winter-like weather eventually. Today we're dealing with what feels more like spring weather. We've got some patchy fog out there. I want to show you a time lapse. This is cool. So we're going to go through time this morning. And you can actually see some of that fog working through from time to time. Visibility, those clouds lowering. Now the sun's trying to pop back out, but we still do have some fog in spots. 69 at the airport, 69 in Seguin, also 69 in Kerrville. Upper 60s common across the area. And let's look at some of the visibility that we're dealing with right now. Down to a mile in New Braunfels. So eastern side of Bexar County and Comal County dealing with quite a bit of fog. Same story in Gonzales. Stinson's down to 3/4 of a mile. Randolph down to nearly 1/4 of a mile. That is also the case in Pleasanton. So it's a little strip there where we're dealing with quite a bit of fog. Okay, here's what to prepare for. We're going to see a warm day today and tomorrow. Then as we get into Thursday, that's our transition day. We'll go from 70s in the morning to likely 50s in the afternoon with some rain and gusty winds. And then by Friday, we're in the 60s. It's more jacket weather. So there's our first big change. And we've got even more weather on the way with more rain chances kicking in by late in the weekend. Talk about all this. It's getting a little busy coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's get over to Stephen now. Hopefully not so busy on the roads.
Sounds good, Justin. Well, beef stew may be in my forecast, but let's get a look right now outside at our TransGuide cameras. 10 at Pressa. We do see that things are moving, but remember, if you've been watching with us, and we know you have, there was a crash that was reported there along I-10, not too far from Pressa. Obviously, it's since cleared out, but we do have other issues to talk about. We take you to our map, US 281 southbound, just after Nakoma. There's a little bit of a slowdown taking place out there. That's because of a stalled vehicle. Nothing major to report, but 281 is still pretty busy at this hour. And as we give you a wider view of our map, it does look like we have some congestion building over on the northwest side at 1604 near Helotes, likely due to the North Expansion Project, as well as I-35 near Live Oak. But plan ahead if you're traveling along I-35 at any point tonight, because we do have that beam setting that will begin. It starts around 9 and should finish, hopefully, fingers crossed, at 5 in the morning. But this takes us to Saturday, November 11th, and it's during that time we will see a full closure of the eastbound and westbound lanes of Topperwine Road just after I-35. You can always head over to ksat.com/traffic for a full list of closures. But as we get one last look outside, things here in town, 35 southbound, upper and lower levels at Main, slowing down a bit, but no major issues to report, at least for right now. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9.
The war between Israel and Hamas has entered its fifth week of fighting, with the United States closely involved in diplomacy in the region. While Israel continues to push into Gaza to wipe out Hamas fighters, the death toll for civilians has reached a new level.
Former President Donald Trump spent 5 hours testifying yesterday in his fraud trial. The questioning getting heated at times, with Trump getting aggravated and throwing out insults. Judge even threatening to throw him out of court if he couldn't control himself. Tomorrow, Ivanka Trump will take the stand. In this case, there is no jury. The judge will decide whether to ban Trump from doing business in New York and whether to fine him millions of dollars.
Negotiations continue today as actors on strike said they have responded to Hollywood and TV studios' last, best, and final offer last night. SAG-AFTRA members say there are several essential items the two sides have yet to agree on, such as restrictions on the use of artificial intelligence. The two sides are trying to resolve the strike in time to save the remainder of the winter television season.
Some bank customers still haven't received their direct deposit paychecks after a human error in America's banking system last week. The problem emerged on Friday with the automated clearinghouse payment system, causing headaches for consumers and employers. The payments that did not go through late last week had to be resent, a process that could take time.
The CDC is expanding its disease surveillance program at 4 major U.S. airports: Boston Logan International, San Francisco International, Dulles International outside Washington, D.C., and JFK International Airport in New York. Officials are looking for antimicrobial resistance targets, as well as viruses like the flu and RSV.
2 more companies have issued recalls of their cinnamon applesauce pouches due to possible lead contamination. Schnucks branded pouches and Wise branded pouches. Now, last month, Wanabana apple cinnamon fruit puree, sold by Sam's Club, and Amazon and Dollar Tree were already recalled. The FDA says toddlers and young children who may have consumed the recalled pouches should get a blood test from a doctor to check for the elevated lead levels.
Wall Street in a bit of a wait-and-see mood as traders look for clues about the future of interest rates. Several Fed officials, including Chairman Jerome Powell, will speak this week after the Fed held rates steady at its last meeting. Markets are heading into today on a positive note after the Nasdaq gained 0.3% in trading yesterday. The S&P rose nearly 0.2% and the Dow added 0.1%.
GM is reportedly considering plans to add a new lower-cost electric vehicle to its Volt lineup. The plan was outlined in the recent agreement between the automaker and the UAW. GM said it would not comment on the tentative agreement pending ratification by the union.
Today is Election Day, and the polls are open until 7 p.m. Residents in Bexar County will vote on 14 state constitutional amendments. Depending on where in the county you live, you could also have other items on the ballot to vote on. To find a list of polling locations or to read more about amendments on the ballot, just head to KSAT.com. And that's today's 9 at 9. In your morning headlines, Texas making it onto the internationally recognized cool list. Plus, Elon Musk unveils more artificial intelligence at your fingertips.
And a company once valued at $47 billion has filed for bankruptcy. Our Max Massey joins us live in the studio with the morning headlines. And Max, where are we starting this morning?
Guys, I wish we could start with us being on the cool list. I mean,
Right?
come on, finally.
Congratulations, Max.
Everyone in the entire state of Texas, but that's neither here nor there. So technically we're starting with the Supreme Court, but it really pertains to a case that originated here in Texas. And depending on what the Supreme Court does, well, there's implications all across the country. The U.S. Supreme Court hearing arguments over a 30-year-old federal ban of firearms for people under domestic violence restraining orders. So the case, United States versus Rahimi, it's a blockbuster test on a widely popular gun safety regulation and a test on the Second Amendment at a time when firearms are a leading factor in intimate partner violence across the country. An estimated 12 million American adults, they're victims of domestic abuse each and every year. On average, 70 people die every month from being shot by a domestic partner. All of this according to the CDC. The Supreme Court has a big decision to make after a lower court ruled that the law currently in effect violates our Second Amendment rights.
This statute actually ends up disarming a bunch of law-abiding or otherwise good people. Judges often issue mutual restraining orders, which disarms both the victim and the abuser at the same time.
We know that it's not just intimate partners murdering their partners, we know that they're doing it with firearms and that these laws are preventing them from doing that.
Well, the Supreme Court's 6-justice conservative majority has been generally advanced in an expansive view of the Second Amendment. Closely scrutinized gun safety regulations, at least 2 justices made it clear that they are wary of going too far. A decision in the Rahimi case is expected by the end of June of 2024. Now to one of the largest falls from grace that we've really seen in recent history. WeWork filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, making this stunning fall for the office sharing company, once seen as a Wall Street darling that promised to upend the way the world sees the working world, and really, it has fallen flat on its face. In a late announcement last night, WeWork announcing a restructuring, a support agreement with the majority of the stakeholders to, quote unquote, drastically reduce the company's debt while further evaluating the commercial office lease portfolio. Now, the company, as Stephanie said, once privately valued at $47 billion, made that announcement overnight after years of controversy and, frankly, poor performance. It is a public company now, but the shares plummeting 98% since 2021, trading at just 83 cents yesterday. It was founded in 2010. It was once considered one of the world's most valuable startup companies. Now has about 4,000 employees. It's a lot, so we'll see what happens to them. They're going to be restructuring. The CEO, though, vowing to aggressively address the current leases. And there's just really a myriad of factors that went into this downfall. We had the huge work from home shift, current commercial real estate issues, and all of the debts and possibly poor management. Guys, you ready? We have more artificial intelligence, and this one coming from Elon Musk. Well, that's right. He has a new AI chatbot, and he wants it to rival ChatGPT. So Musk announcing that Grok was developed by his AI startup XAI. Remember, Twitter is now X. It's going to be available for premium subscribers of X. The chatbot has been trained to have real-time access to information from all across X's platform. Again, it pains me not to just say Twitter. XAI says that it expects the new AI platform to rapidly improve as social media users feed it with more information. Now, Musk says the bot is still in early stages of testing. I follow Elon Musk on X, and it has just been a hodgepodge of how this new AI bot is humorous and sarcastic, and he likes to pretend it's his own humor in the AI, but that's neither here nor there. It sounds like the start of a horror film. Okay, on the opposite end of the spectrum of a horror film, guys, we made it. We're on the coolest 2024, the 30 most exciting destinations to visit next year per National Geographic. And yes, the entire state of Texas. We didn't just pick one city, the entire state of Texas making the list. In 2024, obviously, we have the sun and the moon aligning in that total solar eclipse. April 8th, the state offers, quoting National Geographic, I had to give them my email, so they gave me access, but that's neither here nor there. We have opportunities to catch the spectacle of the eclipse. Fort Worth, Austin, and yes, here in San Antonio. That was my own opinion. Some of these cities expected to offer the best view of the phenomenon, but of course, Texas, not the only place, even though it is a huge place on the list. Aside from our amazing state, some of the ones that jumped out to me. Mark, I know you're a world traveler, so maybe you've been to some of these. The Albanian Alps, obviously in Albania. Europe by train, I haven't been there. Justin gave me a weird look, so maybe he's visited. Pompeii, I know the history a little bit in Italy. And then Nordland, Norway. So guys, you guys do a lot more traveling than myself. Have you been to any of these places? There's 30 more, or 26 more technically.
Steph?
Oh gosh, no, I barely get up and down 35.
I've been around, I've been around parts of Europe by train, but I've not been to the Albanian Alps, been to the Swiss Alps.
Okay, they were very specific.
Would love to be in Pompeii one day, and then I've always wanted to go to Scandinavia. How about you, Max?
No, the Northern Lights, it's on my list.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
so
Yeah,
we'll see. Eclipse number 1, Northern Lights down the road.
Exactly.
But we made it, guys, come on.
We did. That's good. All right, a lot of tourists coming in 2024.
Oh, yeah. Welcome.
Thank you, Max. 9:12, 68 degrees.
And Tiffany Huertas joins us now with a look at what's coming up next.
Good morning. A local nonprofit on the west side that serves and provides meals to hundreds of children and seniors is getting a new kitchen with new appliances. The impact they hope it has in the community coming up next.
A local nonprofit getting a new addition that will help their mission in fighting food insecurity on the west side of San Antonio.
Our Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the Madonna Center near South General McMullen and Castroville Road and shares the impact this project will have in the community. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. Are you ready for the reveal? Are you ready? Okay, check it out. This is the new kitchen. It's bright and beautiful. Here, the nonprofit will be able to provide breakfast, lunch, and supper to children and seniors here on the west side. And this morning, we have Roger Caballero, the executive director. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Thank you for inviting us and giving us a sneak peek. This organization has been impacting this community for many years. So tell us about the services you provide here.
Well, the services we provide are child care services for children as young as 2 months and to all the way up to 12 years old. And then we also provide services for seniors from the community where they can come in and socialize and meet their nutritional needs. They have a breakfast, they have a lunch. For the children, we also provide a supper for those children that come here after school.
This will allow you to increase the amount of meals, correct?
It will. It definitely will increase the number of meals that we're able to provide. We have 160 children, and then we have, on average, 45 seniors a day. So we'll be able to provide meals for all of them while they're here with us.
Who made this possible?
The San Antonio Area Foundation, through the John L. Santigos Foundation, provided the funding to redo the kitchen, to actually break a brand new kitchen. So we are very grateful for them to having provided the funding for us to be able to do this for the community.
What type of impact do you hope it has?
Well, we hope to continue providing the services that we've provided for so many years in the community. This will enable us to continue that and increase it by the number of meals that we'll serve.
And you can tell by the smiles of all the kids out there, the seniors, even the staff, everyone loves to be here.
Oh yeah, everybody really looks at Madonna Center as a beacon on the west side. I mean, it's kind of a place for everybody to come in and gather from, again, as children as young as 2 months to seniors as old. Our oldest senior is 99, actually completed a birthday this year of 99. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to talk to them this morning, and we're going to go over there and we'll bring you that story coming up on the noon show. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Let's go outside with live cam, just about 70 degrees. Plenty of clouds, a little bit of fog. We had an interesting view, and this is one of them all morning.
Yeah, I love this view because you can see some of the fog there in the distance. You got blue skies, but they're right along the surface. You see some of the patchy fog that has developed this morning, and you can see it very nicely with this time lapse too. I'm going to show you here. So this is going through the morning. You can kind of see waves of fog coming through here and there. Nothing that's been too terribly heavy, and it will go away here within the next couple of hours. But we are still dealing with some fog. 69 right now in San Antonio, 69 in New Braunfels, 68 in Bernie. There is a bit of a light wind out of the south and southwest, and there's like some of the visibility. It's down to about a mile in New Braunfels, and this is one of our traffic cams here, and you can see I-37 Southeast Military dealing with some visibility issues. And down near Stinson, we're seeing some reduced visibility down through Pleasanton. So it's kind of in this strip right here, right along I-35 and then down along I-37 where we're seeing the fog. Again, it should go away here within the hour, and we'll see the sun pop out, and it'll be a pretty warm and humid day. Not a lot of cloud cover, in fact, as you get up into the hill country. The sun is out at this point. And as we look at the bigger picture here, we still got a steady stream of Pacific moisture coming in higher levels of the atmosphere. This is going to play a role in our next rain chance, and that's going to come along with a frontal boundary that'll be sinking south. So you've got the Pacific moisture coming in. You know we've got Gulf moisture. You can feel it out there. And then as we get some upper level support and this cold front coming in on Thursday, that's when our rain chances start to go up. But this is also going to affect temperatures, so we want to alert you there. Tomorrow's a warm day, and then by Thursday morning, this front's on our doorstep, already starting to create rain out in parts of West Texas. And then by midday Thursday, I think this is starting to move through. It produces a few showers. You're going to notice the winds picking up, and then by Thursday afternoon, temperatures start to fall. It's not a terribly strong front in the sense that it's going to get really cold, but you will notice a difference. And then we'll start to see the showers and storms actually kick in behind the front. I think we could see some storms going into Thursday night and continuing into very early Friday morning, although most of this tapers off by, I'd say, mid-morning on Friday. So our rain chances pretty high here on Thursday. And in fact, Thursday night, we're going to put rain chances at 70%, so they jump up pretty dramatically. Chance Friday morning, Small chance Saturday, and then we bring in some more good rain chances Sunday into Monday. Another storm system moves in. We'll have the potential for some light rain late Sunday night into the day on Monday. So this is all good news here. How much rain can we pick up through Monday? Well, I would say there's going to be some pretty hefty totals, especially closer to the coast. But even here in San Antonio, I think we could be looking at 1 to 2 inches, and there will be spots in the hill country, I think, too, just with this initial front where we could see some pretty nice totals. So these are just estimates. Keep that in mind. But I think the prospects for getting some at least good rain around here is looking better. 84 Wednesday, 74 Thursday. There's that 70% chance of rain late in the day on Thursday, 30% chance early on Friday. Saturday, mostly cloudy for Veterans Day, 20% chance of rain, and then we bring those rain chances back up. With rain around, that'll keep temperatures on the cool side. We'll be right back.
No Shave November is here.
Yes,
How are we doing, Captain?
We're doing okay. We're kind of getting to the thick of it, no pun intended. Yes, we're hoping to raise a little bit more money, so don't forget we're growing out our beards for a good cause.
You've got either a giant whisker. Oh, no, it's a piece of fuzz.
Oh, man.
What
the heck was that?
I'm glad our cameras didn't catch that.
But you're doing well this year.
It picks up everything. It literally does.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to take the stoner whisker and put it right here.
You don't need that one.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes, we're growing out our beards for a good cause. We want you to notice because it is for No Shave November, which we've been doing every year. Mark's a great model. And this is for cancer research, and hopefully we're going to find a cure.
Mark!
Yes, look at that.
Yeah.
Another $100 donation.
Some of our loyal viewers in New Braunfels donated $100 between Newscast Day. Thank you to the McKinneys. Thank you.
We do. And, you know, last year we raised a ton of money. We're hoping to match that again this year. So if you feel so inclined, you can donate to No Shave November. There's the QR code there. Again, it goes to a great cause. And we've all kind of picked out some of our charities within No Shave November, all of them dealing with cancer in some way.
Also waiting on a lovely donation from my work wife, Stephanie Cerna.
Payday is Thursday.
Yes.
Payday is Thursday.
Yeah, so I won't look gift gets, of course, in the mouth.
Payday is Thursday.
She's very generous. She's very generous.
She absolutely is.
Almost time.
Yes,
We still have time.
Thanks.
Good news for the viewers.
TIA, thanks in advance.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Captain. Keep us posted on the fundraising, 926 70 degrees.
A lot more ahead on GMSA at 9, including a follow-up to one of our Know My Neighborhood stories we did last month with the newest grant the city received to help with community policing. So Daniela Ibarra asked the police chief how that money can address trust issues in the Westwood Square neighborhood.
Well, it's the Spurs' first back-to-backs of the season, although I thought we played back-to-backs in Phoenix. Didn't we?
One of them was here. There you go, not days back-to-back.
All right.
Played them back-to-back.
Well, what Pop had to say after last night's demolition in Indy, that's coming up in Morning Sports. Neighbors in the Westwood Square neighborhood are still feeling forgotten by police.
And as part of our Know My Neighborhood series, we told you last month about how they'd like to know who patrols their streets. The Neighborhood Association president says a lack of trust means people are often scared to report crime.
Now the city is being awarded a multi-million-dollar grant to help with community policing. Daniela Ibarra asked the police chief how that money can address those trust issues.
Neighbors in Westwood Square are pretty friendly.
We're pretty united, they like getting involved in different things, with different organizations.
When it comes to crime, Velma Peña says besides a safe officer, the neighborhood doesn't really trust police.
They're afraid to call the police because of retaliation.
Now the Department of Justice is giving San Antonio police more than $6 million to help with community policing throughout the city. The grant helps pay for 50 new officers over the next 3 years.
Police presence and patrol is the top issue for our residents. I hear it every time I meet with community members, neighborhood associations, and business owners.
Chief William McManus says this grant will help reduce response times to calls and give officers more time to connect with the community.
They can work with more time to work with neighborhood associations and HOAs to work on the problems in their neighborhood.
We've asked San Antonio police several times for an interview to talk about neighborhood policing in Westwood Square, but never got any direct answers.
I want them to be out in the community.
So we took Velma's concerns straight to the chief.
We always get questions like, well, how are you going to build trust? How are you going to do this? How are you going to work your way into the communities and bridge that gap? What we don't talk about is the gap that we have bridged. The majority of this community is strongly in support of this police department.
But he admits that level of trust can be improved.
If it's something that the community is asking for or is needed and we haven't seen it, then we should have some type of a meeting. We just want to work together.
Peña says she's planning a community meeting with her safe officer. That's in the works for the next few weeks. Reporting Westwood Square, Danielle Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
And if you'd like to watch the full episode of Know My Neighborhood Westwood Square, you can scan that QR code on your screen right now. You can watch on KSAT.com or YouTube channel or KSAT Plus. So next week, we are taking Know My Neighborhood to Alamo Ranch. That episode will air next Wednesday, that's November 15th, during the 6 o'clock news.
Go outside with live cam on your Tuesday morning, waiting for some of that fog to burn off. Beautiful blue skies and some high clouds out there, too.
Yeah, we'll see a mixture of clouds and sun today, but all in all, pretty nice afternoon. Temperatures will make their way back into the 80s. We're right around 70 right now. Pollen count is in. We have a long list, but nothing that's very high. Molds, pigweed, fall elm, grass, ragweed. These are typical fall allergens. Again, they're just they're not terribly high, so that's good. Here's a look at the allergy schedule if you were curious. Ragweed's kind of the last thing we look for here until we get to mountain cedar, which kicks in, as we know, December through mid-February. Again, we're kind of losing these fall allergens, and we'll transition towards, I hate even saying mountain cedar, but yeah, it will get here eventually, unfortunately. And of course, mold is year-round, but you can see kind of when some of the different allergens show up in our area. All right, visibility still down. Stinson, Randolph, up to New Braunfels, although New Braunfels has seen some dramatic improvement just within the last 15 minutes or so. So has Gonzales. So I think this fog is really starting to lift. We'll go partly cloudy this afternoon, 79 noontime, and then look for a high right around 84 degrees today, with temperatures dropping back down into the 70s tonight. We'll do the whole fog thing again tomorrow morning, but change is on the way. Cold front on Thursday, and then some cool weather and some rainy weather potentially even into next week. More on that in just a bit.
Thank you, Justin. Like we mentioned during the 9 at 9, it is Election Day, and the polls are open right now until 7 o'clock tonight.
Voters across the state will vote for several constitutional amendment propositions. One of those propositions focuses on the state's water supply, and it comes after we saw more droughts and extreme heat this summer.
RJ Marquez breaks down Prop 6 and the impact it could have across the Lone Star State.
Well, this is called Proposition 6 on your ballot, and it's going to create the Texas Water Fund. It's going to be about $1 billion that's going to be used statewide to help fix any sort of leaky pipes, infrastructure, and also go into a lot of long-term planning when it comes to our state's water supply.
We have to find the money to actually begin to build the programs and address conservation and education and a number of other things to secure our water future.
Jim Campbell with the San Antonio River Authority says Bexar County has worked for the past 3 decades to make sure our water supply is in good shape, but after another brutal summer, now is the time to start thinking about the next 30 years.
Through most of the state, we are approaching critical levels of need, and especially in those communities that may not have the resources to address their potable water or even their leaky pipe concerns.
Campbell says rural communities would likely benefit most if Prop 6 passes.
There are other communities that have gone through boil water notices, that it's gotten that bad, it's gotten to be a desperate situation.
The Texas Water Development Board would manage the fund, which comes from the state's surplus. Utilities across the state, like SAWS, would then apply for either a grant or loans for various projects.
Any money that comes in from one of the water funds that this is making available would offset costs to our customers.
Donovan Burton with SAWS says the prop will likely not have a major impact on customer rates, but will help fix aging pipes and water mains. The fund would also help address the population growth across the state and water demand.
If somebody has a failing infrastructure next door to us in a rural area, as you're talking about rural, that could impact us just as much.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Again, the polls are open until 7 p.m. There are a total of 255 election sites across Bexar County. To see the polling location nearest you Or to see a sample ballot before you head to the polls, scan this QR code on your screen.
Oh, yeah. So our beloved Spurs are still finding their groove, but their first set of back-to-back games did not go so well.
And confirmed it was back-to-back Sunday and Monday. Max and RJ are here with highlights from last night's abysmal game against the Pacers.
Wow. Okay, so I want to start off by
down a little bit.
Acknowledging yesterday. I was very confident. I said
You're very dismissive of the Pacers.
I am still very dismissive of the Pacers. I think one team could win, one team could lose, and it's still an 82-game season, and you could come back. But I think the headline on ESPN.com this morning, top 25 players in the league, where is Wemby? So, RJ, I ask you, where is Wemby?
I think Wemby's getting up there. I don't think I don't think you could say safely that he's a top 25 player yet. But you know what? He's getting up there. I do think he's in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, Rookie of the Year. I think we could also sort of lock that in.
There's
but
no competition. So it started.
What I don't like, I get. Look, there's going to be nights like this, but what I don't like is that two of the Spurs' 4 losses in this early part of the season are by 40 points or more. So they are falling behind in these games. That Phoenix game probably could have gone this route too. I think San Antonio did. Obviously, they came back, won that game on the road. But still, I don't like the trend. They came out really flat. And I think Sunday's loss led to this loss too. It's one of those things where don't let one loss turn into 2 losses. I just didn't like the way they came out at all last night.
Okay, so it was a little lackadaisical. On the Pacers side, they were hitting everything. Transition defense. Defense down low, too. Did you see the comparison of how they defended Wemby? Because I think he finished 3 of 12.
Yeah, I just think that, you know what, he's going through the NBA grind back-to-back. Now, Pop did say early on that he gave no consideration to sit him. They asked Victor after the game, you know, how do you feel? He said he didn't feel as fresh, but it's not as much of an impact on his body as what he thought it might be. But look, Pop said early on, look, he's going to have to learn one way or the other. This is the way the NBA schedule works. They're going to play him. But, yeah, he definitely looked a little bit flat. And I saw that in the second half of Sunday's game also.
All right, well, we do hear from Pop.
Okay.
So let's get it.
Hear from him.
The first quarter told the tale. They made 13 free throws in the first quarter, 8 second chance points, 8 fast break points all in the first quarter. Back-to-back has nothing to do with that. It's November, last time I checked. So I think, you know, they kicked our butt. They deserve credit.
Okay, see, back-to-back has nothing to do with it. But something that I think does have something to do with this, no Devin Vassell.
Right. And so he'll be okay long term. Is game to game. And people forget. I know everyone jumped on Wemby mania, which is rightfully so. I mean, the highlights are crazy. 38 points. He looks fantastic. Devin Vassell is still the highest scoring player on the team.
Yeah.
He's a multifaceted scorer in every level of the game. And when your leading scorer is out, it makes everything a little more difficult.
Yeah, he definitely takes a lot of pressure off of the guys. Bless you, Stephanie.
Thank you, sorry.
We're still friends.
She's had enough. She's had enough of this Spurs stuff.
Oh, you better buckle in because we got a long season.
Here's the thing. Obviously, the Spurs need to get Vassell back. It was unfortunate that he got hurt so early in the season when really these guys are trying to
minor injury.
Minor injury. He's game to game, and you know, have not made an announcement yet on the Knicks game tomorrow night. But it'd be nice to see if Devin Vassell get back on there, especially when you see Tyrese Halliburton. He was the guy the Spurs could have picked. They took Vassell in that draft. Halliburton went a pick after. Still kind of hurts a little bit, but you know what?
Okay, whoa. Let's slow your roll here. First off, I'm very happy with what Devin Vassell has brought to the Spurs. Second of all, he missed a few games. Why don't you calm down? In the East, let's calm down. Our producer's yelling at us while I'm starting to yell at RJ. You know what, though? The best players always perform under the brightest lights. Madison Square Garden.
Wemby and MSG.
I'm just saying, guys.
It'll be an attraction.
After 2 rough games, don't be surprised when he has another big game.
You guys need to get along, or I'm going to turn this newscast around and take
RJ, like, after 2 bad games, getting real pessimistic.
I still have a lot of optimism for this team.
I don't know. You just threw Devin Vassell under the bus.
No, I did not. He's a good player. I just said he's a good player. The Spurs need him back on the floor. Take some pressure off, especially on offense. He's a good player.
When TV becomes talk radio.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Out of time. 9:41, 70 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Let's look out there with Zoo Cam. Do we have any? Top right corner. That's where the hippos are hanging out. Kevin the Duck is out? Where?
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
top
sitting
right.
on the little ledge right
okay,
up
yeah,
there.
our little
Hi,
graphic.
Kevin. Wave. Can ducks wave?
Yeah, they're saying go Spurs go. All right, great day to go to the zoo. We'll be right back.
A long-standing San Antonio tradition, the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving dinner is getting ready for the big day, and they're in need of volunteers.
The annual Thanksgiving dinner feeds thousands of people each year. If you'd like to volunteer, you can go to rauljimenezdinner.com to sign up.
If you're interested in going to the dinner itself, it will be at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center downtown on Thanksgiving Day, and VIA will be taking people to the event for free.
It's a good event, so hopefully a lot of volunteers will come through.
Still quite a few days before Thanksgiving, but seasonably warm for November 7th.
For now.
It is. It is. We're going to get a cool down on Thursday, so that'll be the day. And then we're going to go into a pretty cool and somewhat rainy stretch beyond that. So if you're hoping for some rain, I've got some good news in that department. We'll start off with a picture, though, on our KSAT Connect. A lot of people have been sending in pictures of the amounts of birds. Wow. Those are grackles, I think. But, you know, they like to congregate on the power lines, especially right around, you know, dinner time. Feel sorry for those cars underneath. Never a good situation. But anyway, great shot. We appreciate it. That is pretty typical. And as we look at visibility this morning, fog is still a problem for some of us, but it's improving and improving pretty rapidly. We're noticing one little strip here of still some reported lower visibilities, but these numbers are coming up, and so I think fog will be a problem no longer here soon. 81 degrees, the forecast tonight. Bernie today, 85 Hondo, 85 in Divine, 87 in Pleasanton, 87 in Kennedy. Will be around 84. Already at 70 and the sun is out, so that means we'll see temperatures warm up pretty quickly, especially with a south-southwesterly wind at about 10. Satellite picture. Last several days, we've had a lot of high cloudiness. Not so much today. So with more sun, temperatures will be a little bit warmer. You won't see the filtered sun so much. And by the way, if you look really closely, you can see some of that fog that developed and how quickly it just kind of gone away there. 71 in Kerrville, 68 Hondo, 73 in Carrizo Springs. Right now, right around 70 here in Bexar County, 69 down there at Stinson. Here's the futurecast, and this is where we're going to be watching that cold front. So not so much tomorrow. Tomorrow's another quiet day. Wednesday will be warm. We'll see a bit more cloud cover. But by the time we get into Thursday morning, this is 7 a.m. Thursday morning, we're starting to get some showers developing out across parts of West Texas. Front starts to drop down. I think it's actually here by midday. Showers and storms are generally behind the front. So we'll initially get some gusty winds, but then rain will kick in around dinner time, and then I think we have a pretty good shot at rain, although this doesn't show rain right over top of us, and we can't pay too close attention to exactly where it's developing the rain. I think we have a good shot at showers and storms Thursday night, about a 70% chance, in fact. So that'll be kind of our first window where I think we get some pretty decent rainfall. And then again, Sunday into Monday is where we see our next good shot at rain. How much rain could we see? Well, I think 1 to 2 inches possible in spots. It's hard to say exactly where. I think the hill country is one area I want to watch with the initial front. Then as we get into, say, Sunday into Monday, we could see a little bit more rain, especially down along the coast. In general, though, 1 to 2 inches, I think, even here in San Antonio, that's a possibility. So that'll be something we watch for. 84 Wednesday, 70% chance of rain Thursday, especially Thursday night. Then it's cooler on Friday, so cooler and windy, 62. You'll notice the difference. Some rain early, but I think most of Friday's really kind of dry. Veterans Day, 20% chance of rain, mostly cloudy, and then the rain chances kick back in. But you'll notice the numbers stay fairly cool. You'll want to keep your jacket around and the umbrella. This is not bitterly cold, just kind of that coolish weather where you may want a light jacket, the roads will be wet, that sort of stuff.
That's good. I just hung up my jacket. I put it away for a little bit because it was a hot weekend.
It was. It's still pretty warm, but you can bring it back out.
All right.
All right.
I keep a rain jacket and an extra jacket in my car and truck this time of year, just in case.
Smart man.
Yes.
Smart man.
Yes.
Yep.
9:50, 70 degrees.
And if you need a break from scary movies and you're ready for a new superhero movie, The Marvels are heading to theaters this weekend. When we come back, a look at how the trio came together for the new film.
The latest Marvel movie is, called The Marvels, and it refers to its trio of superheroes, two of whom may not be familiar to some moviegoers.
CNN's David Daniel looks at how three ladies came together as the movie comes to theaters this weekend.
She's entangled our light-based powers, so we switch places whenever we use them.
Strong theory. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau, played by Tiona Paris, get connected with Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan in The Marvels.
We're a team. Oh, no, we're not a team. We're not a team.
Team or not, all three came from somewhere.
Something in my past is the key to all of this.
We first met Larson's Carol Danvers in 2019's Captain Marvel. The film, set in 1995, also introduced us to a young Monica Rambeau. The 2021 streaming series WandaVision showed us how the grown-up Monica got her powers by pushing through an extra-dimensional barrier, allowing her to transform into any kind of energy.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world.
Don't be so sure. The following year, we saw wannabe hero Kamala become Ms. Marvel in that streaming series.
Do you know what you are?
Of course, even superheroes have problems. This Ms. Marvel post-credits scene set up the body-switching plot of The Marvels.
Higher. Further. Faster.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, with the weather changes and allergies like Mount Cedar, if you feel like you're always stuffed up, you're not alone. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA at 9, we're going to be talking with a health expert about what to do when you're feeling that way and what to do to improve your sinus situation. That's coming up tomorrow right here on GMSA at 9.
That's twice we've talked about Cedar in this show, and I just we want to forget about it. It's still a month away. 84 degrees today, 84 coming up tomorrow. 70% chance of rain late Thursday as the front comes through. It turns windy and cooler on Friday. Yes, there are some Thursday night football games. I think there's some playoff games going on, so we'll have to watch that closely. The rain could affect those games, could turn windy as well. And then more rain chances Sunday and Monday.
Okay, Heinz is rolling out a new condiment. It's pickles and ketchup?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pickle ketchup.
Can't wait. Yeah, it's tangy and savory flavor of pickles with unmistakable taste of its rich tomato ketchup.
Heinz says 73% of Americans enjoy the taste of the food, and if you're one of them, be on the lookout. It's being released first in the UK, but should come here sometime next year.
I like it separate. It's kind of interesting.
It's what?
Separate, like
separate?
You know, yeah, like on a hot dog or something like that, but not all.
What will they come up with next?
I don't know. Have a good day, guys.